Howdy, folks. Chris here, top of the episode. This episode is going to be a breakdown of the Haunted Trail story, kind of going over my influences, what I decided upon, answering questions from the group and whatnot. So, yeah, before we get into that, let's go thank our Patreon folks, who are Taylor, Drowen, Miles, Randy, Yam, Colby, Thomas, Randy G, Laszlo, Hovo, H-O-V-O, Jeremy, Ben, Garth, Tyler, Nelson, Clorpdonk, Cody, and Hygienic. Thank you again so much for you guys' continued support over there on that their Patreon. And if you'd like to join that their Patreon, you can check out the show notes, and there's a link there. It's only $3 a month. That's all we're going to charge. That's all I got, really. Next week, we are going to have an interview. I got to sit down with the one and only Ross Bryant and talk about improv and tabletop games and dungeon synth and clips. So I hope, like the rap group clip. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's a lot of fun. He's an amazing guy. And, yeah, see y'all next week.
You can do it at a trot. You can do it at a gallop. You can do it real slow so your heart don't palpitate.
Oh my god.
Just don't be late.
This fucking sucks.
Do the
Puyallup. Always and forever.
Yeah.
Fuck the Washington State Fair.
Yeah.
So it used to be, we have this big fair. It was like,
Biggest fair in Washington.
I think it used to be like the second largest in the country.
Might have
Like
been.
it's huge.
Yeah.
It used to be the Puyallup Fair because it
Yes.
takes place in Puyallup, Washington.
Right.
And then Washington was like, you guys are making so much money. We should just make it the Washington State Fair. And it sucks dick.
Wow.
I
that's it.
don't like the fair.
I don't
so-
know if it's the biggest, second biggest, whatever, but I do think there's a good claim on that because I just looked it up. The website for it is just thefair.com.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, how did they get that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the fair. There's two fairs. There's the normal Puyallup Fair,
Yeah.
and then they do
Spring
the Puyallup Spring Fair. And I don't mind the Spring Fair
Really? I've
because
never
they
been
do
to the Spring
demolition
Fair.
derbies.
You're the first person I've ever heard who's like, I'll go to the spring fair, but not the normal fair.
I'll go for demolition derbies. That's the only reason I'll go.
Right,
Because
right.
like figure eights with boats is fucking tight.
Yeah,
And I don't
totally,
give a shit what
totally.
anybody says. Demolition derby is fucking
You're
rule.
right. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like the fair. I don't know what it is.
I
I don't care about animals.
I love it.
I don't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't give a shit about cows.
The cows
and
are so big.
I don't care.
They got all kinds of cool looking chickens.
I don't
Yeah.
give a shit. And so like it's really hard for me to go and like I don't want to walk through a bunch of smelly fucking barns with
You
like
don't want to do the petting
That's
zoo?
seven
like
different fucking cows and like 6
1/10
sheep.
of the fair, though.
Right. But then I got to pay a bunch of overpriced like
Yes.
for shitty food.
You're right.
That's
And then I can't ride the rides because
Scones,
like I
though.
don't want
Scones
to. I
are
don't do
good.
the rides
True,
anymore.
but hot tubs on sale.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think about that.
I go specifically for the pierogies.
Oh,
And-
yeah, dude.
And the ice cream bars. They have like chocolate dipped
Okay.
ice cream bars with like nuts.
All right.
And then we go look at all the expo stuff, the bonsai competition, the quilts.
Oh, the people screaming
Yeah, see, I
on the
don't-
roller coasters.
I don't care about any of that.
Damn.
And then I go and I'm
but
like,
have you been in the like produce where they make the big? It's not gamage. I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called when they make the scenes with all the fruit and veg, all the stuff that they grow, and they make like full pictures. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Not at all.
I'll Google it.
No.
It's awesome.
that's impressive to do that. I don't fucking care.
Right.
So yeah, I will go because the kids want to go and I'll go as a family member. But if I had my choice, I would never go to the fair.
Yeah, I always get stuck by the people that are trying to like hook you into the booth with like, and you know they're like trying to sell you insurance or
Yeah.
whatever, and they're like, "How are you enjoying this fair so far? Where have you been? What do you
Fucking
like?"
miserable. I hate it. I don't want to walk around
Yeah.
with a bunch of weird juggalos.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes I'm like maybe I should just pretend not to speak English and just keep walking.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's a smart move. It's fine. It's fine. I remember I used to love it when I was a kid and go on all the rides. And then I remember one time Amber and I went, and my favorite ride was the Gravitron. I don't know
Is
about
that the
y'all.
spinning one?
Fuck yeah.
Is that the one that's like open to the air?
No, that's the spinner or something like that.
Okay, you're talking the UFO shape.
the UFO shape one.
Yeah, I love that one.
fucking love that
I
one.
love both of them, but
And I went on Amber, and I went on that, and then she got motion sick afterwards and almost threw up. And we couldn't go on any more rides for the rest of the fair.
Oh.
And ever since then, like the fair just doesn't have the same appeal of like, I can't go do the like I could, but like I don't want to make her feel left out. You know what I mean? So and it's just so spendy. It's a lot of money.
yeah, it really is.
But yeah, no, I'm just not. I don't like large groups of people. I think that's really what it is.
Yeah,
but I'll go
totally.
like I'm gonna take the kids to PAX.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to have fun because I'm going to be surrounded by a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But the kids are going to have fun, so that's what matters.
Right.
So like, I just got to make sure I just don't look pissed the entire time.
Emily and I always go on like opening at like a Tuesday.
Right. If
So
I can do
there's-
that,
yeah.
I'm totally
Yeah,
fine.
there's like no one there.
But when it's like we go like a Saturday or Sunday, it's just like
I think the last time I went, I did that. Like I just took a random Tuesday off because my sister was in town, and we went during the week, and that was actually good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's great. There's still a lot of people.
Yeah.
but it was like we waited maybe 10 minutes for
Sure.
one ride. Other than that, it
yeah,
was just
absolutely.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So we are here to deconstruct Haunted Trails / Down Darker Trails / Call of Cthulhu and kind of talk about this because this is, I'm going to say this now, Haunted Trails is going to return. I'm going to run a
Ooh.
campaign of this once Tyler's done with God's Teeth.
Maybe we could alternate because that God's Teeth would be long on its own.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, I am loving Call of Cthulhu. I love Down Darker Trails. And so I kind of wanted to go through this scenario and kind of explain it to you, answer some questions if you
Yeah.
have them.
I do have questions.
So the
Number
whole-
one, what the fuck?
Right, I'll get to that. What the fuck indeed. So I originally had this scenario as a Monster of the Week campaign that or like little mission I created. And there is this Ellensburg lore that I found once, and I can't find the website that had it anymore. They there is this lore of a family outside of Ellensburg, Washington, like Kittitas County, and this family is supposed to be like they are essentially like there are X amount of missing people associated to this family, and that people think that they're like kidnap these people, and like there's just kind of like a serial killer family that supposedly like lived in outside of Kittitas, like an urban legend kind of thing. Like
I just watched Urban Legend yesterday,
there
by
you go.
the way.
So it's very much like, yeah. So it was this idea of this family that just like kidnap people. And so I took that idea of, well, what happens if this is real and they're kidnapping people, but they're doing it to sustain their life and essentially like taking people's like bodies and swapping, like taking their essence and their like soul and putting it in a new body so that they're younger now.
Okay.
And so like, when the
So,
grandpa
like, the
hits
two-
65, they're going to go find someone who's 30 and like body swap them. So now the 65-year-old grandpa is in the body of this 35-year-old, and essentially they can live forever as they just keep hopping bodies.
Okay.
That was my general idea of it. And so then as I was starting to develop what I wanted to do here, I had three big ideas. I had a vampire scenario, which I thought would be kind of interesting to do, like you guys in an isolated cabin and a vampire trying to get in. And then I had
That's fun. I want to play that one.
yeah, I had the idea of doing basically, this is an amalgamation of like two of the ideas that I really liked. There's a comic that came out called Manifest Destiny.
Oh yeah.
And so
I never finished that, but that one was tight.
yeah,
as
the
fuck.
the first scenario, it's about Lewis and Clark going into the Americas, but the Americas are all overrun by like fae and like fantasy creatures.
To kind of go back to Louisiana Purchase, it's after that.
Yeah.
It's exploring out west.
Yep. So like they meet up with like Sacagawea, and it's like there's like tribes like of like centaur Native Americans, and all this stuff. But they go through this village to like meet up as their starting point, and it's completely overrun with vines. And it turns out there's this weird flower that has been like getting into people's system and turning them into plant zombies. So that was originally my original idea, was like you guys getting to Wingston and it's just overrun and just like crazy plants everywhere. And then you guys fighting these plant zombies and them trying to like get into you.
That's dope.
But then I also had this other idea of like the body swap. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to roll a dice and I'm going to see which idea wins. And the body swap won. So I took the idea of keeping Wingston, and basically there are these 6 warlock families, or there's 6 families, essentially 7 if you count the provider, that back in like New England days were practicing witchcraft and whatnot like that.
Murray, Donaldson, Waters, Goodman.
Yes.
4 of them. Oh, and Winters as well.
Yeah, so they are the 5 families plus the provider. You never really got his name, but essentially
That the worm monster.
the worm monster. He was kind of the lead, like the head guy of all of this, and they were practicing some witchcraft, some fucked up shit, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna go out west. Like, there's a source of power out there. We're gonna get out there." And so, Winters, Murray. Winters was actually 98 years old, but he was in the body of a 56-year-old. Murray was 92 in the body of a 50-year-old. Silas Donaldson was 99 in the body of a 52-year-old. Reed Waters was 96, but in the bodies of a 46-year-old. And Eugene Goodman was 90 in the body of a 49-year-old. And their families, too. Like Martha Winters was 95. Mary Winters, who owned the inn, she was actually 79, but she was in the body of like a 17, 18-year-old. So, like, they had just been... My idea was that they were paying off this boat captain to bring them fresh bodies. And they would get a manifest of everyone that was coming, and they basically have a meeting of like, all right, like, who's getting old?
Divvy up the bodies.
Who wants a new model? And so they would then decide, like, oh, yeah, well, I had a kind of a subplot where Mary wasn't happy with Nathaniel's body, so she wanted to get him like a better body because she didn't like the one that he had.
Yeah, pool boy.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just this like weird, fucked up, like, yeah. So people would come over, and then they would take them, and then they would swap bodies with them in the new body, and then like kill the old one and whatnot.
You telling me that none of them ever swapped genders? I find that hard.
Oh, they might have.
Okay,
they absolutely could have. We don't know, but they absolutely. So and everybody in the town is related. There's no outsiders in this town. Everybody is a Winters or a Waters.
That's right. That makes sense.
Yeah. And so the boat captain, essentially, this was his like last boat ride out there. And he's like, I want stake in this town. Like, I've been doing all this stuff for you. I've been helping bring this stuff. Like, I want to become part of this town. And so unbeknownst to them, they've been asking a lot of favors from the provider, which I gave him. He is a crawling one from the book. So a crawling one is composed of thousands of worms and maggots. Each worm is individually alive and constantly moves. And though they generally hold the shape of a human body, the collective mass of writhing creatures possess the mind of a dead sorcerer, long since devoured by the maggoty horde.
Oh, so basically it's a worm that walks from Pathfinder.
Yeah, so I just kind of took the idea of like, I think that's why you heard all the buzzes, and the flies and everything.
So it's a sorcerer that like wanted to be immortal in this way.
So I think like that was the source of power they found out here, is he was consumed and became like their god essentially. And so they were asking him for the powers. And he provided them with this toad creature, which I based off. I think I call it Dark Young in the Cthulhu book. I just took the stats of that and like reflavored it. But I like the idea because in the Manifest Destiny, when the boat is coming into town, they get attacked in the water by this giant frog creature.
Oh, nice.
And so actually that was my original plot hook, was that when you guys were coming in, this thing was going to attack your boat.
Oh, yeah.
And the first rolls you guys were going to have to make was swimming to shore before this thing got you. But then I'm like, well, it's winter. Like, there's a lot of stuff there. I've already established it's winter, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my just kind of whole idea was like not necessarily like a cannibal town, but just a town full of people that would, like, on a whim, when the new people came in, they'd be like, all right, yeah, I like to look at her. I like to look at him. Like, he looks like he's got a lot of muscles, and just like, because that's always, I find that like creepy as fuck. Just like the underlying nature. So yeah, that was kind of my whole plot that I was working with here was,
I liked it.
Here are the people that the main players. Here's all the stuff. How long can it take before like shit hits the fan and whatever they're doing? So
didn't you have us do like a spot hidden on the boat? Was that to see the frog?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
So the frog wasn't with the town.
It's basically the young of the sorcerer. Like, he manifested it as his baby.
Okay.
And so part of that was, as I was kind of developing, and once Misha's character died and we started talking, like, what could we do? I pitched her, I'm like, what if it's like, because Sadie was always going to be the bride. Whether or not Sadie wanted to be the bride was my thought. And so we were talking with her. I'm like, well, there's two options we can do. She could accept this and we'll go that route, or she could fight against this and that whatnot. Right. And so we decided that she accepted it. And so my kind of thought process there was that the provider was tired of this town and like the other people constantly asking him for favors, and he was like annoyed by it. So he was anointing Sadie, his herald, his new bride, giving her his powers, and then she was going to essentially seek out a new place of power and go there and start this over
clear
again.
the town out and start fresh
Yes.
somewhere else.
Yes. So that was my idea. So
I was specifically instructed to help you and have a facade of helping you if you escaped, and then, move on to the next chapter with you guys, and then establish a new colony, like for the provider
That'd
there.
been tight.
But you died, and then like I didn't. But like I was supposed to help you kill the creature until that happened. So that's why I was following instructions, and I hope I did them okay.
you did. No, yeah, you did great. Like, yeah, the issue with the crawling mass is that it takes 1 point of damage every time you shoot it.
Right, that's what I was going to
Okay.
ask.
Your shotgun
What we were actually doing.
does basically like minimum damage. So like it would be 4 damage. Like basically you rolled a 1.
Dang.
But it only has 13 hit points. So you guys were very close to killing
wow.
it. Your shotgun did a lot of damage.
Holy shit.
Well, the main reason I left Misha's character, one thing that I did want to reveal
Yeah.
was this actually happened after we made our characters and everything, but I initially made the class or profession was Man of God. And then I thought, how cool would it be if my real occupation was like con man? And I was pretending to be a man of God.
They're the same picture.
He was like, this is, yeah, right? It's not that far apart. But he was basically just trying to he was on the run, like trying to set up a new life. So he was like, yeah, fuck this lady. I'll just fucking leave.
I love it. Yeah. So
Yeah, Jake just really hates my characters.
I hate Tyler's character.
It would have been
so.
anybody.
Why? Well, you kill them all the time.
I never
Every
take
single
it
time.
personally. I think it's really good dialogue. It's
Yeah.
just like there's never a point where Jake is like, I gotta help Misha.
Just make this character was the exception, but turns out it wasn't, because you make the most untrustworthy characters.
I
My character is lying to everyone, and your character is somehow more untrustworthy.
do. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you.
But no, I love this system. I think Call of Cthulhu
it's
is
great.
a
It's
fun
awesome.
system.
Yeah.
It's like a Cruncher Delta Green. Like I love the push
would-
mechanics. I love, even though we didn't do it a whole lot. Like once you remembered
I would
it was
do
cool.
more, I think, if
Right.
I also
We
really
had more
like
time to sit down and read it. But
like luck is such a big
Yeah.
it's so good. Like it's good for it's not you don't do a 50-50 roll anymore.
Exactly.
You do your luck, but also you can spend it, which makes it just
yeah.
I want to bring
it.
luck into my Delta Green game.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's probably is an optional
they
roll
absolutely-
somewhere.
Right.
I think it's the same thing. You just you roll for it
mean,
as a stat and then you can spend it. I like the I think I said this before, but pretending to be people has it where you can get a luck point from them and you can basically flip your rolls. You can replace the 1 and the 10.
Well, that's
So
interesting.
if you roll a 41 and you would fail, you could flip it to be a 1 and a 4. So that way you can't do it on crits.
I like that.
Crits are always going to be crits.
Right.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Fail or success.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
So, but no, I love the simplicity of the system. I love the hard and the extreme successes.
Yeah, that's really clutch.
And like, there's a lot more to get into this as I'm going to prep for it. But I definitely want to run this again if you guys are down with it.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%.
I love westerns. So, but yeah, did you have any questions or anything on what happened?
Did you plan for Tyler to die first?
No, I didn't know who was going to die first.
You just knew we were gonna die.
Yeah, I figured the 4d6 from the big monster was going to kill somebody.
So was it actually a spell like dominates?
Oh yeah, dominate. Yeah, so I gave him a couple spells. I gave him the clutch of Nyaglatha, which is that's where he clutches your heart and squeezes on your heart.
Okay.
He didn't have a whole lot of spell points, so it was tough.
Just enough
I
to
did
wither
dominate.
me and do that and dominate.
Well, Wither was from Douglas.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
The one I really wanted to use, but I couldn't, was called Curse of the Putrid Husk.
Wow.
And it's a casting time is 1 hour, so I couldn't justify. But essentially, the spell brings sanity-racking illusions to the victim. The victim perceives that his or her skin is visibly rotting and corrupting.
Ugh.
The outward appearance seems to be deteriorating swiftly, so that great rents and tears occur through which internal organs begin to tumble out. So you lose 1d10 by witnessing this, and then you basically have to make an intelligence roll to like make sure that you you can
Right.
That
like
just sounds
figure it
like-
out.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild.
This sounds like a nasty period to me.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wither Limb, that's what I did on you. And then the other
a
one
good old
he
classic.
had was Cloud Memory. So that was part of me was like, if there was one person left, I say like, if Misha's character hadn't been introduced, if Sadie hadn't been, I was going to have him like cloud the memory of the last person. And then they would just like leave. This person would like wake up in like a basement not knowing how they got there. But yeah, it's yeah.
So commenting on like you weren't able to cast that hour-long spell because everything accelerated really quickly because we had a sanity break, which was violence, which was charging the cabin.
Right.
So like I guess how did you expect that to normally go down? And like what did you plan that kind of was foiled by like this acceleration of like, oh shit, we're going to the hole, we're going to
So my idea was like a kind of a more slow burn, like when Misha's character saw the figure like outside the window. My idea was to have it pick somebody and then they would like cast it at night. So they would like wake up and when they woke up in the morning or something, they would like have like that kind of thing. So that was kind of my idea there with the hour.
Right. Yep.
Because I didn't want to pick just all straight like instantaneous
makes
fight.
sense,
Like I thought that sounded like a cool idea.
Absolutely not super
And
cool.
fit like with the town of like they're switching bodies. So of course there would be these
Flesh
ideas.
related, yeah.
But that was kind of my idea there of finding somebody to do it to like either early in the morning or whatnot that they were aware of. Like maybe day 3 had gone by. They'd start fucking with somebody. If they perceived somebody was a threat, like out the gate, but things escalated pretty quickly, so they couldn't do that. But that was my idea behind that. Just kind of it seemed like it'd be a cool idea more than anything. But
So when we like so when it escalated, like was that surprising to you that like we just busted down the door because of the violence thing?
No, it made sense. Like I had planned for them to be down there doing that.
Yeah.
I had my original idea with everybody, like the town being vacant, was there was a mine they've been mining, and they had gone there to like essentially find there was some sort of thing that the provider needed from this mine.
The purpose for this location.
Yeah, the source of power was there, so they were going there to take a look at it. Because it felt unfair to have the entire town there, and you guys have to like fight through this town.
Right.
So I was trying to think of a way that we could really, and it's a one shot, so how can I like focus you guys getting in there?
A one shot.
Well, it was supposed to be.
That would be a cool, like a pulp game. It's like a Hot Fuzz style.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
So
whole town's against us.
Yeah.
yeah. So it kind of, and then
3
when
stars.
Misha's character, when we started talking about that, I was like, well, I'll just have her have like murdered a whole lot of them because like basically she's gotten this power from this creature now and just like unleashed it.
Right.
And then Douglas is the main guy. So it didn't kill him because he's been there. He was in the back to be suffering from all this.
Right.
So. But yeah, no, that was I expected there to be a moment like that eventually. So it's just kind of going with the flow. What made sense of it all. But,
Is there like what's if we just got like essentially lucky and like did the right things? Like what was the best kind of case scenario of like avoiding the big frog? And
honestly, probably I kind of assumed if you guys were able to like load up a cart with as much supplies as you could and just dip and like see how far you could get into the wilderness and like I figured that my kind of thought was that is if you guys did,
that's fair,
then I would have you find a cabin and then I could introduce that vampire aspect or something like that. So that was kind of my thought as like as an end game of like what's that little hope
then
that we could
insanity
end off.
happened.
So if that happened and then Sadie was with them, could she have just puked in everyone's mouth while they were sleeping?
Yeah, we could have done that too.
Yes.
So
okay, sorry. That was just really cool. It's really cool of you.
I was trying to figure out like those little. I want to keep it as free flowing as I can, so I try not to have like a ton of concrete details.
Yeah,
like I had
just vague ideas and whatever happens you can pick.
Yeah, like I had scenes that I wanted to make sure happened, like the arrival of the creature, and there were certain things that I knew I wanted to hit, but when they happened. We'll see. Like I'm trying to get more in the mindsets of like these people have a rhythm and a pattern, and they're going to be here at this time, and you could miss them, and be more that way with GMing, which doesn't. You got to be a little bit more handholdy for like a one shot as we're kind of going through that, but I'm trying to get better at not just me. This is where we're going to go now. You're going this way.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So,
is there a world where we went into the mines? Like, would that have done anything? Like,
if you would have got there, I would have to figure out what's there.
Yeah.
I would have to figure out, like, I even thought about there being like Migos there and they were working alongside the Migos because in this universe.
Honestly, there was like a 10 minutes
Yeah.
in the last episode where I was like, is this a Migo thing?
Yeah.
Because of the big frog.
Yeah, so I was
Or
thinking-
I'm
what's
sorry, the
Migos
buzzing.
for
The
everyone?
buzzing.
Yeah. Migos are
The fungi from Yaggoth.
yes. So in Delta Green, they're like this nebulous form, like almost like jellyfish, but they look like bacteria, and
That's
they
very interesting.
fucking murder you.
Oh yeah.
Like, they have
float
like
midair or
And
something?
Yeah.
Call of Cthulhu.
I got murdered by a Migo
yeah,
one
you
time.
did cut your head off.
Yeah.
In Call of Cthulhu,
God, you
in like
guys
that older setting, they're like bugs, like
Yeah, they look like
giant,
straight- yeah.
like crustacean
Yeah.
crab insects from another
And
planet.
they live in the earth. They're like really into like natural minerals and raw. Yeah,
they
it's-
came here to like mine our resources,
Damn.
and they have to like,
yeah.
Everything evolves towards crab.
yeah.
So that was my idea, was having some Migos there if you guys went there, and like it ended up like that was like the source that drew them.
Damn.
But that would have just been kind of on the fly, figure that
Right,
part
right,
out. Like
on the fly.
I was
Ah!
that was also partially like the reason for like the snow was like keep you guys isolated in a certain area.
And that is exact. I was like, even if my character does make it out, like I don't. This whole town is theirs. I don't know where I could go.
Yeah.
yeah.
It is the middle of
It was
winter.
very
Yeah.
But I
isolating.
mean, yeah, no,
that
that's
was-
a
yeah.
real option. Just
I was
be like, you know
hoping
what?
Yeah.
that just that thought process would keep you guys kind of
It did. I
as
think
like
it did. Yeah,
a
it
artificial barrier without
Yep.
me having to like set it.
I think we even said like, you know, if we try to leave, like it's
Yeah,
gonna
like,
be
we're
we're gonna have to
gonna
harsh
go.
the winters.
Yeah.
Like and fend
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah, that was like from the beginning where
Yep.
we can't go. We
Yeah,
can't leave.
exactly. Which yeah.
And it did make for like such cool imagery, like when we were in the church and they were confronting us, if like the doors open and
Yeah.
the snow's coming
Yeah.
in,
Oh yeah.
and like our guns are on them. Yeah,
that
it
was
made
dope.
for a very cool setting.
Yeah.
I think.
So no, I think this is probably the coolest setting that I've ran in a long time.
Yeah.
Like I'm really loving
I do like
not only
Old
Call of Cthulhu,
West.
but yeah, the Old West. Like I just love the idea of it. Like even sitting down, like, okay, what am I gonna do for like a campaign? Like what
Right.
is the plan? Like like instantly I'm just like I know it's lame, but like I instantly go to like everybody's like a fucking they're part of like a robber gang, like straight up Red Dead 2. Like what can we spin out of that kind of
that'd
thing?
be fun.
So
And I
Just
like
play
it-
like an Old West, and then suddenly there's some spoopy shit.
yeah.
Yeah, because you can go full on like cowboys western
Oh, yeah.
vibe, or you can go a little bit more Wild Wild West vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like a teensy bit more away from the cowboy stuff, and you're just in like an old timey
Yeah,
town.
and I think it like talking with you guys when we start pushing this, like, do we want to do this style? Do we want to introduce pulp? Like, I think that would be a discussion we have of where do we want to settle on when we do this. Do we want 3 separate books to have to pull from with Call of Cthulhu, then Pulp Cthulhu, and then Down Darker Trails? 'Cause
I would
a
like to
lot.
play Pulp Cthulhu at some point.
Me too.
Same.
It's
Yeah.
a little more, 'cause from what I read and have heard about it, it's a little more like actual like combat style.
Yeah, it's like you-
combat is not like it is in this and Delta Green, where basically you never want to be in combat, you're going to die.
Yeah.
It's more like, yeah, you can go fisticuffs.
I
with
think
the
like, yeah,
monsters.
you add your strength and con scores.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is to your health or something like something like that. You add something more, but yeah,
I do also find that it's easier for newer players to go into it with a pulp mindset of like, I have a strong character that
Yes.
I can, because a lot of people will tend to play it like a video game where they're like, I'm the hero, I'm supposed to run towards the danger.
right.
Which even we did in this one, but like the pulp rules really benefit that mindset.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's I just it's one of those things that I appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down and do this. I hope it was fun for everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, of course. Thank you for running it.
Yeah, no, I it's like I said, this has been a very cool opportunity, and I've always wanted to try a Call of Cthulhu once I started getting more into, especially after playing Delta Green. It's like, well, now I want to figure out like what this spawned from. How is it? And I understand why it is as big as it is. Like it is awesome.
I love Delta Green like a 10 out of 10, and this is like, fuck, is it possible to love this more than Delta Green?
Just turn it to 11.
It's just,
Just
This
make
one
10
goes to
louder.
11.
yeah, this one goes to 11 for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that movie. I don't know about the second one.
Are you going to watch the second one?
I am 100%. It's probably not going to be.
Probably, but I don't know. It's like there's certain things where it's like Happy Gilmore 2 came out. I'm like, I don't
Right.
I know.
have
I don't
a
need that.
yeah. I
It's
don't.
just fanfare for fanfare.
I don't need it. Yeah.
Like I remember Zoolander
girlfriend said
2
it's good.
like ruining
She watched
Zoolander
it.
1.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like, I love Christopher Guest.
Yeah.
Like, I love Christopher Guest. But I'm like, is this really necessary?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why not? Like, I don't think I'll see it in theaters, but
Yeah.
I'll watch it when it's on streaming.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like most of my
Yeah.
decisions on that stuff. So. Cool. Any other questions from anybody?
What if
sorry. Go for it.
I was just saying, what if we happened upon like the body transfer ritual? Like, I don't think we went into that at all.
Oh yeah. I think I would have given you an opportunity to stop it if you wanted to. I kind of had the thought process of like when they killed those two, they have like a finite amount of time to get the body swapped. And so I started kind of working with it. Like the woman that was taken, they just kind of did that on like a whim. Like they're like, I kind of want her now, and like on the backside. And then I think Otto just got grabbed like immediately after all this went down. So I think there's probably like an hour or two period where they can get this transfer done before. I don't know if it was like a soul necessarily that they're transferring. That's why I was trying to figure out like what it would look like. Because I had the idea of like it being they like pluck a maggot from the creature and they like put it in the dead person, and then they like it wriggles its way into their brain, and then they cut the head off and then pull the thing out of the brain and then put it into the other person.
Yeah.
Gruesome.
Like that was my thought process.
Okay.
Just the idea of like the maggot like eating the brain, getting the understanding, and then putting it into the new person to get into their brain and eat it and kind of take over. The other thing I hadn't figured out is if they were I don't think they retained the memories from the previous person.
See,
it completely overwrote. Like it basically wiped the hard drive clean. So that's why like with Misha, when she was going after that guy, he had no clue who she was. Like they had no recollection of their previous life. Yeah.
So
they're just a shell.
The person she killed was just the body of the person.
Yes, yeah. And that was definitely something.
So I didn't get revenge?
I mean, that person died, but you did get revenge on the body, but not the brain. Yes.
I don't think it's the same.
I don't think it is either.
So because you're like saying it like it transfers like that, like it's like a maggot that like eats part of the brain, then you put it in the other. Like I love the idea that like unlike the desire of getting immortality, it's like we talked about copying your brain rather than transferring.
Exactly.
I love the idea that it's not the original. Like the other original person isn't experiencing this. This is a copy, and it's just like a husk, like a demented husk of the original.
No, absolutely. I kind of part of me was trying to figure out like things that they could say to tip you off, like in the sense of that, but I don't think they would really talk about it when you guys were around. But yeah, I very much had that idea of just I like the thought of. Yeah, they just like, hey, I like the cut of that person's jib. I think it would look good on me. And they just
exactly.
I like that body. It's mine now.
They're not enjoying their life. It seems like they're just hell bent on propagating and promulgating.
How long can they live out here? So, that was kind of my general thought process for creating this and trying to figure out a compelling way to make it fun and interesting.
Sure. I guess my question was, can you tell us what we're playing next? Are we finishing Traveler?
We're going to go back to Traveler. Okay. That's the plan. Okay. The plan is to go back to Traveler. We've got probably another, I'm going to say like 25 episodes of that left. I kind of figured about the 50 stage we'd in there.
Okay.
Wait, does that mean we are guaranteed not to die for 25 episodes?
I cannot guarantee that. So I've been running a Traveler game on the side.
What the fuck, Chris?
I want to get more practice. I am.
Have you been wearing protection?
No.
Is it stealing your cum?
It is. Well, yeah. But no, I wanted to get back into it, like get a little bit fresher. And I had been playing with some folks. I was like, I just want to do character creation. So we made characters and like, we're going to try this now, right? And I'm like, yeah, sure, we can try it. Yeah, I'll give you like 4 episodes. We'll give it a shot. But I got to finally run combat in that.
Oh,
it was pretty interesting.
Real combat?
Yeah,
not test combat.
Not me just destroying you guys with So it was cool. It was interesting. I'm glad I got to do that before we recorded it, so I have a little better understanding of it all. If we ever hit combat in ours, I don't know if we're going to.
Who knows?
That's what I like about Travelers. It's very much just you guys doing stuff, and it feels different than all of this, which I like. Yeah. And trying to make it not spoopy is the hardest part for me. Like,
try to not make it a horror.
I feel like we've had enough horror on what we've done here. But right now, the plan is for us to go back to Traveler after this. We're probably gonna have another interview with Ross Bryant coming out, which I'm very stoked for. And then Tyler, after I'm done running Traveler, Tyler's going to take over and run God's Teeth.
I'm so glad that that's panning out. I've been waiting to play that for 2 years now.
It's going to be very different than anything else we've done.
Which is good.
Good.
And then, I'm going to we're going to go back to Haunted Trails once I have a good concept in my brain. And then I think the plan is to do a couple more side episodes with folks as well. Like I want to do more Orbital Decay so we can play some more Mothership.
Hell yeah.
I've been in the talks with them. I've been in talks with another podcast to potentially do some Daggerheart.
Oh, wow.
So if anybody here is interested in trying Daggerheart, we can do that. That's the Critical Role game that came out.
Okay.
And then I'm in talks with another podcast to potentially do a crossover with them playing some sort of cyberpunk game. Now, whether that's going to be Cyberpunk Red or Cyborg, I haven't decided yet.
Shadowrun.
But no, we're not doing Shadowrun. I'm not. I owned Shadowrun like 4th edition.
You do. And
then I gave it away to somebody who was playing it because like, I'm not going to play this. So, but yeah, so that's the plan right now. We're going to try to have a couple more like side arcs. So if any of you guys are interested in that, let me know. But the plan this time is to record all of those and not worry about releasing them at the time. Just kind of get them all banked and finished, and then we can release them as we go along. Nice. It's kind of my, like when we did Mothership, I think we could have gone more episodes, but we were hard set on 4 because we needed to release them. And I want to get, if it takes 8, I want to record all 8 and have a full story, and then we could figure out when to release them as well. Right. That's kind of my plan. And we got some other stuff in the works as well. We're going to be going back to Delta Green here for another little side project with another pretty prominent podcast. I'll leave that out there, but a little tease.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Yes. And then I am going to be playing in another podcast soon as a little guest star. I'll let you guys know when I have more details on that. But cool. Yeah, we're getting our names out there. We're doing stuff. So
Chris is getting our names out there, and Chris is doing stuff.
I'm just riding the coattails.
Chris is killing it.
He's doing 95% of the effort in this, folks.
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just the talent. I'm just here for that.
What?
And that's what we need you for. I need somebody to kill and not feel bad about.
Yeah, good. I guess you do it a lot.
Apparently, you're the closest like resident voice actor that we have.
Yeah, everyone just really loves your voice, Tyler.
You got a
sure.
good, speaking voice.
You should narrate, like do audiobooks on the side.
Maybe
You'd
I
be
should.
very good at it.
Maybe I will.
I don't think I could read fast enough to do an audiobook well.
They read slow.
They read slow.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, I guess I listened to it at 1.5 speed. So that makes sense.
I listen to all of them
That'll
on
do it.
1.2.
Yeah.
I'm like, I cannot.
I do 1.5.
listen to
I left to
fucking
1.4.
slower
I can't
than
do
listen
that.
to.
Yeah.
I try. The only thing I
Yeah.
listen to faster than normal is this podcast when I'm trying to catch up before we
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
And that's only if I don't have the full time to get
Yeah.
Yeah.
one time.
My theater of the mind can't keep up. Like there's moments where I'm trying to visualize something and then it passes by and then I'm thinking about the old thing and then new information isn't coming in.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Tell me your ADHD without telling me your
Pretty much,
ADHD.
yeah.
Yeah, audiobooks, I don't know what it is. Like I'm like The Lives of Locke Lamora.
Oh, how is that?
Really
I see
good.
it all over Audible. and I've
Really
been thinking
good
about
book.
it, Yeah.
I'm almost done with the second one right now.
Nice.
What's this?
Lives of Locke Lamora. It's it's really good. It's well worth it. The first book is awesome. The second book's been pretty good. Like the first one I give like a 9 out of 10. The second one's like a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
And then I bought a book on how fashion works. So I think I'm going to listen to something on fascism. Or I'm going to start mispronouncing.
I thought you said how fashion.
No,
I was
fashion.
like, you're getting into
I realized
the
when I
fashion
said that.
game, huh?
Yeah.
It's how fascism works. So I want to...
Well.
Yes, well, especially in the United States. But it just, it seemed like a pretty interesting read or listen. So I'm going to do that. And then I got the Mistborn book.
Oh, yeah. Have you started that yet?
I have not. So I'm going to jump into that.
Well, we have. Once you finish it, please tell me how you feel about it.
Have you read it?
The first one, yes.
Like just Mistborn 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
And there's a reason.
I texted Tyler.
Okay.
And I'm like,
I'm curious to hear about
I'm like,
that.
hey, I feel like I want to give, because I tried Brandon
Sanderson.
I tried his like young adult sci-fi one.
Oh, you mean Mistborn?
No,
No, he actually has a separate.
This is a fighter
okay,
pilot one.
okay,
I was like,
okay.
I don't like this. This is too. I couldn't get into it. So I'm going to give him another shot. And so I texted Tyler. I'm like, hey, where do I start? It's like Way of the Kings
Way of
or
Kings, I heard
Oathbringer
was
or whatever.
The Way of Kings is really good.
What's that series called though?
That's the Stormlight Archive.
Stormlight Archives. So I was like, should I start Stormlight Archives or should I do Mistborn
yeah.
first?
Isn't the Stormlight Archive hella long?
I was gonna say it's the 5th book just came out this year,
Right.
And
My friend loves
and they're
it.
all like 1,500 pages,
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So he said
but
start
also-
Mistborn, see if you like it, and then you can go.
Yeah,
Because I
already-
recently acquired the RPG based off of his world. The Cosmosphere, whatever the fuck it
Cosmere.
is. Whatever the fuck it is.
Does
yeah.
it have like allomancy and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's both the books in one universe.
That interests me a lot more than the book.
Well, then
Right. I think
Interesting.
right now it's like the RPG is out, and then there's like a setting kind of accompaniment book that's like the Mistborn stuff.
Yeah.
And there's going to be like a
Wow.
Stormlight Archive stuff.
Yeah.
all like-
Interesting.
So, yeah, so I was like, maybe I'll check the stuff out. Like, obviously, it's got to be good because a lot of people read it
People
and love it.
love it.
Oh,
So,
I fucking love it. I've read, I think, almost all of the books he's put out in that universe.
So that's why,
And
like,
I'm
we're starting.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump in the first one. I'll talk with you afterwards.
I
but-
guess, yeah. I loved the Mistborn, the first one that I read, but there were just certain like YA tropes that I was like, I'm not going to continue.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to pick up the next one. But the story of the first one, I was like, oh, it's pretty
nice,
good. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so that's kind
it
of
only
my
gets
plan.
better from there.
There you go.
Interesting.
Well, thank you all for listening, and we'll be back next week with some motherfucking travelers.
Whoop.